so fast.
I'm not putting myself in it.
So fast.
But you have to put yourself in it, Jeffy. Hello, good evening, and happy Halloween. My name is Brittany Wells, and we will be talking about Edgar Allan Poe's use of Gothic elements in the fall of the House of Usher.
That's better.
When you think about Gothic, you think about the things that come to mind are the black hair, the dark makeup, and people who treat every day like Halloween. In literature, however, Gothic are elements in writing such as the heart, the eyes, dreams, and premature burial, as well as some others. Today, we're going to be talking about Edgar Allan Poe uses these elements in his many poems and short stories. The ones he uses the most are the heart, eyes, and dreams. All feelings and emotions are centered around the heart, making it an essential element in Poe's stories. In the fall of the House of Usher, the narrator is one of Usher's cousins, and he's come in to visit, and his cousin died, so they're burying her. When they place her in the tomb a few days later, Usher and the narrator claim to hear a sound similar to that of a heart beating.
Uncle Art. No, come and get it.
The most famous use of the heart in Poe stories is in the Telltale Heart. The narrator's troubled after murdering an old man, and he drives himself mad with the illusion of the man's heart beating. "Villains," I shriek, "dissemble no more. I admit the deed. Tear up the planks, hear, hear. It is the beating of his hideous heart." Whenever the cops came to investigate the man's death, the narrator hid the old man's heart underneath the floorboards, and they were all sitting and talking, and the narrator continued to hear a sound that only he heard, and it was driving him mad that he heard it and nobody else did. Another body part Poe liked to use to create distress in his writing were the eyes. They were used not only as a symbol, but also as the means of description to set a mood in the stories. In the fall of the House of Usher, Poe uses the narrator's eyes to describe the house in which Usher lives. "I looked upon the scene before me, upon the mere house and the simple landscape features of the domain, upon the bleak walls and upon the vacant eye-like windows." Is this foreshadowing? Strindberg, the author of The Fall of the House of Usher, the overview, thinks this happy, healthy image gives way, however, to the evil things in robes of sorrow, bringing on the displacement of madness. Poe uses this design to give the notion that Usher's house is troubling the narrator. Dreams are said to be the porthole to the mind, and Poe uses them quite often in his writing to create an eerie mood. Dreams and dreaming are used all throughout the fall of the House of Usher. When the narrator sees the house for the first time, he states, "Shaking off from my spirit what must have been a dream, I scanned the building." The narrator compares the house to a hallucination a drug addict might encounter while getting a fix. Dreams are the images that occur at night while sleeping and are oftentimes misunderstood and misinterpreted. In comparison, the house in which Usher lives can be compared to a dream because it is also misunderstood and misinterpreted. Carl Maury observes that the narrator seems to be dreaming more than dealing with the reality before him. The end.
Well, it didn't sound